Welcome back to Cuyahoga Sound Podcast. I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
And sitting in today is future replacement co-host Danny Shipley.
Hey guys.
Today we are sitting here with Rubix Groove.
Right on.
Finally.
Here we are.
I think I messaged you, Jimmy, on the very first week that we were trying to get people
I remember
on this.
in the fall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And then we were so inactive. I'm like, nah. Not unless there's bands doing more stuff.
Let's wait till there's something going on.
Yeah, right. Wait till we do things again. It'll be more appropriate. And now we're doing things.
Yeah, thank God, man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I love you.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
You too. You've always been a big supporter. Always love running you out there.
Cool. So you play guitar and sing in the band, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who else do we have here with us?
Shannon. I'm the lead vocalist.
My name's Jason. I play drum set in Rubik's Groove. Not to be confused with Blake, though, who plays auxiliary. It's tough to say when you got two drummers, you know. I don't want to just claim the drummer title immediately.
Yeah. We love Blake, yeah. Where else Blake play at?
He's also, he plays kit in Camel Bladder.
Yeah,
and,
the Cats.
Love Camel Bladder. Those are our boys. Quick shout out.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Rubik's Groove. How big of a band are you guys when you're full, all of you?
Well, what are we, 8 right now? Permanent members?
That's 9 on a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would need more chairs if they all made
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're 7, and you know we always have. It seems like we got a guest with us every time we play. Even if it is down, we'll usually have someone come up and do something with us at a show. Tomorrow we got someone doing that. They're not always what we consider a full-time member, but they'll be there doing something in May Halls.
Definitely one of those cusp members who you might see play with us a good bit if you come to a lot of shows, but
yeah.
This will air after the show. But you're
Yeah,
playing
that's
with
okay.
Dogs in a Pile and Camel Butter, right?
Yep, May Halls.
Camel Butter tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be there. Great
heck
time.
yeah.
Cool.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, just going off you guys' great sound. I'd been following you guys probably like for a while on Instagram because I just meant to follow everybody I could in the Cleveland scene. But just listening to you guys have such a dialed in, like, there's this understanding of silence in between notes. And just hearing you guys live, I was like, this is a band I want to see live. This is phenomenal. This is a great sound. And just like the studio show that I saw, I was just like, this is a great band. Like, you guys sound
we
awesome.
appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I think when you got 8 or 9 moving parts,
insane.
you know, there's a lot of
Yes.
like respect to what everyone else is doing, and you know, you hate to step on toes or send just like a wall of sound at people. So I appreciate that compliment.
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
I think we put a lot of effort into allowing everybody focal moments in our music.
We that's something I feel like we're always constantly working at too. There's always so much to learn about yourselves and your
Totally.
own sound. And I think recently in the songs that we've written in the last few months, like, we've really appreciated so much the space that we leave each other and the room that we give like other people to shine. And we've been trying to emphasize that with like each couple, like the couple keyboard players we've had playing with us. It's just like, don't do too much. You know, we all do maybe a little bit. It makes for this giant collective sound.
Yeah.
And no one ever has to do too much. But in the early days, I feel like we would overplay and always play so loud. So we've gotten good at understanding our sound, but it's always something you have to cultivate and develop over time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of bands go through their coming of age and developing their own sound. And I feel like we're finally at that point, I would say, 3 years in.
Well, we're like a family now.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
respect each other enough to like make sure everyone has their moments.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've wondered in a ensemble like this size, if as a member, you feel less sense of responsibility for the sound because there is so many shoulders for it to lean on, that you can rely on each other and you don't feel as much pressure at all for the shining, for the show to be perfect.
Absolutely.
Does that lead to a more relaxed, comfortable environment for everybody?
It does. I feel like, you know, I guess a good example would be I worked for a couple small businesses, and it was like when you only, have 3 people and someone misses work for a little bit, like, you're in bad shape because everything's getting backed up. But, like, it's also, so when you get a couple more people to help out, it's nice to be able to take that breather and let everybody, and I'm not saying people are taking days off, but it's nice to, like, during a live set, maybe take a step back and, like, let someone else shine, or, like, have the songs. And everybody gets their moments. And in our band, like, for sure, we try to make sure everybody, and even the people that hadn't, since they've joined, we kind of have it on our list of things to do. Like, all right, we're going to make, say, for instance, the trumpet player hadn't really been able to, like, get those moments to shine, but in the recent songs we wrote, we've been able to, like, showcase him a little bit more. And it's given him a little more confidence in the band, like, okay, a little sense of purpose. And make sure we touch every base on that,
Yeah.
And make sure everybody can get theirs. And even room for other, like, guests and stuff, like,
Definitely.
we just make it, like, a great experience for other people. And if people want to be involved, like, we'd love to help y'all get up on stage and make part of this experience. I think it's good for the audience when they can get, like, a curveball thrown at the show and something that is unexpected. Just some person just pops up on stage and does some cool stuff. It's like, it's always a nice thing, and it makes it exciting for us because it's just freshening up our set and stuff like that. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody,
Yeah. But going back to what you said a little bit, like, that's no one's, like, stepping back, though, because then there's that many more people to let down if you're not.
That's true. It's very true. Very true. I know from my perspective, I had never played with a percussionist, like, while I was on Kit before this group. And so there was definitely an adjustment of just playing less, leaving more space for somebody else to kind of fill those pockets. And man, just playing with 2, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but now, like, having played together with Blake, like, it is just so fun playing with an auxiliary percussionist. There's so many ideas and rhythms and just things you want to stack on top of what you're already doing that you'd normally do in, like, post-production if you were making music. But having all that just razzle-dazzle right there, it's a blast to play with. And I know that's especially how the other dudes who aren't in the rhythm section feel, because there's just, like you're saying, there's so many moving parts. You can kind of move in and out and weave things. Like, it gets really fun for sure.
I think that's a beautiful thing too, and, like, the humility it takes to, like, have that work and so many members in your band, and just being able to just, like, you get your moment to shine, and just sharing that with your auxiliary guest. Like, I've never heard of something like that. That's just that's it. I host a jam night, so, like, when somebody new comes up to, like, just, I don't know, play drums or bass or something like that, and just be like, come on and groove, man, be a part of the community, and just sharing that's, like, such a beautiful thing. You're going beyond. I feel like you're going beyond music at that point, and it's just that's amazing. Like, props, guys. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a blast. It's fun.
I think we try to, like, not put too many limits or restrictions on what we can do, and I think that also really allows for those cool moments like that where it's maybe, and this is no knock on other groups, but maybe in other groups where it's like, oh, I don't know if this fits our vibe. Our mentality has always kind of been just, let's try to make it work, see how it sounds. So, stuff like, oh man, just someone sitting in on, like, synthesizers or harmonica, or just kind of some fringe instruments that you might not see in the genre we play. I think, like, that's something I've always appreciated about our group, is just trying our best at trying different things. Some stuff lands, some stuff doesn't, but we're definitely grateful for people who will ride it out either way.
There's so many people, it almost runs like there's separate departments, I say. Whereas, like, there's the brass department, which is 3 members. And then there's, like, the vocals department, which is you and I. And then there's the lyric writing department, which is also you and me. But John recently got involved in the... There's one song where, like, each of us wrote one verse. No, he wrote the one and all I need, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
but he has another one in the
John's our trombone player. He's been with us since the, like, beginning. He probably would have been here today, too, if he didn't... he has a little ACL injury.
Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But he's
Doing
been, like,
okay.
a trooper. he's fought to get back to 100% to play with us again. And I mean, he's played with us, but like to be up there, like bringing the energy on stage, because
Right.
you know that's important too.
He did it great in his stool.
Yeah. Actually, he had the stand during Camel Butter when he sat in. I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be his chair guy. I failed him. But
That's
yeah.
a great venue. I'd never even heard of before.
Crowbar?
Before that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, it's
that
newer.
place is incredible. I know I can't
We
say
showed
enough
up,
good things.
and
about that.
the music wasn't going to start for like an hour and a half after advertised, and so like we didn't have time, so we missed the whole
I
show.
saw you early,
no.
and then I didn't
Uh-huh.
see you again. I'm like, where
Right.
I do remember you.
That
coming
was
in.
it. We came to, and like we thought we were gonna be late, and music's not starting for an hour and a half. Like okay, we went to another concert, but
that's
that
okay.
venue
Yeah.
is sweet.
Yeah.
You know, where'd that come from? I feel like it came out of nowhere.
So it used to just be a regular Croatian tavern, and
Oh
then
wow.
the guy who bought it used to do like warehouse parties and events. So he kind of like took that vibe and brought
Wow.
it there.
Crowbar.
So
And
cool.
it's
I'd like to talk
doing
to that
very
guy.
well.
Yeah, he puts like no limits on what type of things he's doing there. And I think like our show was kind of like a different audience than what they had done prior, which had been like mostly they do a lot of DJs. They do a lot of, I mean, what else they do?
I was there like 2 or 3 weeks before our show, and I thought it was so cool because there was maybe like 3-4 artists on the bill. There's house music between every single set. One dude was playing like kind of punk rock stuff, kind of like just kind of like punk alt rock 3-piece band stuff, and then he stops playing, the DJ starts spinning, and after he's done, a few rappers come on stage, and the crowd engagement, like through all the different genres that were being thrown at them, it stayed high the whole time.
Wow.
It was such a beautiful thing, because like that's what you hear when you think of a bill like that. You're like, I don't know how these people will respond to all this different music, you know, but I think that that place just has a special vibe to it, you know, and there's like a built-in kind of just almost like mystification of it, because it's like the cool new spot. So I think everyone's like just really excited to be there, and excited that is a place to go see shows now in Cleveland.
I love that.
I really liked Jared. I really liked what he was about. That's the guy that runs that place, and
They take really
I
good
told
care
him
of us,
that
too.
I wanted our first show back to be at his bar, because I just thought that like I really respected what he was doing, and I thought that like I knew this guy was looking out for like local music. He's about to put places on the map, so I'm like, basically like our return show, we want to be at your bar, and he was all for it. He let us do whatever we want, and he's a great guy, man. Definitely recommend that place for whatever event. I went there for a halfway to Halloween show, and it was all DJs.
Wow.
It was a drag show.
It was
right?
amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't even get down like that, but I was. Like I was
He
up
was dancing and
on the riser.
he does get
I mean,
down.
I was up on the riser, like dancing
on the
on.
rise,
It's okay to say
shutting
ass
it
on this
down.
Okay,
I
I
didn't-
know. I was like,
No, you're fine.
I didn't even know I got down like that. But yeah, that place brings out something inside.
Those
of me.
drag shows are something else.
I know.
man. I played,
Incredible.
I was in an '80s band, and we played in like in between sets. They had like a drag thing going on, and one of the performers brought a cassette or something instead of a CD, and I couldn't get
my
anything
God.
to work. And we were like, they were panicking. And we're like, we could play some like Madonna or something. We started playing like Express Yourself.
Oh my God, amazing.
Like,
Terrifying.
jump splits and high heels and
Hell
stuff. I'm like, how
yes.
the hell is this possible?
I thought drums were cool. I couldn't even imagine doing that.
It was a crazy show.
But yeah,
like
good
performance.
place. Crowbar's good.
Cool.
Good new place. You know, we had a couple places fall off, like Stella's and stuff over COVID. So, like, any more we can get is always helpful. And everyone...
What part of
offers
town's that
something
in?
here. That's on, like, what, East 38th and St. Clair?
it's like East 34th and
Really
Very
close to
nice.
downtown. Is that
Yeah.
is that
It's the Asian
technically
district.
downtown?
Yeah.
It's Asian town.
Asian town.
Right around the corner
Yeah.
from Negative Space. They
Right.
got
Yeah.
they got a little, like, art district going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the two places work together, but be on the lookout for like more things to pop up over there. It's gonna be a nice
39.
part of town, I think,
Claire.
is
Alright.
moving forward in the city for sure.
Cool. Gonna gentrify that. With some live
It is now an
music and
arts
art.
district.
Some expensive. I live over there, and I bought a $17 smoothie on accident.
Oh.
Whoa!
The other day. And I don't
goodness.
Was
typically
that the extra
gasp at
large?
prices, but I was like, oh my gosh. Like, okay, what's already here?
Did you already start making it? I'll take a water to go.
Thank
They
you.
blend that with ice from the polar ice caps.
Yes.
I think it was an extra shot of espresso,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Imported from Colombia yesterday. Like,
All right, let's I want to get back to the band here for a second. I'm interested in the writing process for a band of this size. Where does it start? And how does it grow? And how does everyone get involved?
I mean, we're open like all types of things, but I think, it does start with me, but it's been more and more by association. And, you got one song, Cubes, where it's like, I wasn't even really involved with any part of that. It started out with like you and Nick writing that. Well, Nick, it was a jam session, and then I thought it was cool. Shannon had lyrics. So there's like one song where I feel like I didn't write much at all, but
That was a very organic, like,
Yeah.
everyone came together.
totally. But I say that we write like almost in departments, where like departments work together on a job, and like the brass guys, they have like just a whole just folder of ideas, and I'll have my own ideas, and the rhythm department, you and Blake and Steve, like you guys just hold it down like no other. So like
Steve plays bass.
yeah.
Steve from Grab, so he
Steve
joined
Smith's
us.
doing that. All right, nice.
He joined us
I thought I
back
saw
in.
him
Love
at
having him.
Crowbar.
Oh, Steve is so good. Oh
Monster
my goodness,
player.
that dude adds so much to our sound. Shout out to Steve, you're the man. But yeah, he's incredible. He adds a lot, and I love that dude because he wears. I knew I would love that guy from the moment I met him because he wears a 3-6 Mafia shirt and plays banjo. I'm like, dude, okay. That says a lot about me.
Wow.
You cannot box this man in.
No.
Like, no matter
I
how
already
hard you
know
try.
that you are into anything, and you're open-minded as can be, and that's what like we in the band I think is just like he said, like we're open to anything really, and even the old bass player Doug Gallo, he had a song we used to play too. So like really, it's kind of like about whoever really has an idea that we can build something on, try to bring cultivate that. We've been working together with this team for a while, so we can kind of like really start rolling with an idea once somebody brings something like forward. But I had a lot of ideas in the last batch of songs that I had just been sitting on for so long, and through COVID I just had too much time on my hands, and I was writing, but honestly I just bring what I have and they turn into like something so much greater than that when I bring it to the band. Even old songs that were mine, like pre-band, like they seem like they were lifeless back in the day. Bring them to you guys, totally reinvented. And I think as time goes on, I'd like to get everybody more involved to where they're confident enough to like be the like point of origin for a song idea. And I think John's got a ska song idea.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm excited about
starting to blossom like that. One thing that it's probably spawned at least 4 or 5 of our original tunes was we like to start every practice with just like a 30-minute kind of improv warm-up jam, and
So cool.
through that, like we've really like I said before, some of the stuff doesn't stick, but like some of the jams, like we just really like what we had, what we were all expressing that particular day, and we record all of our practices, so we'll go back and see, hey, that did sound as good as I thought it did. I wasn't just feeling it, so and also through those jams we've added other parts to songs that had already existed that maybe weren't in their final state too. So I think
love that. Yes.
I just think that's like so important. It's just that first moment of like the way I see it is like, everyone's going about their days and their weeks, and we come to practice, and for the first X amount of time, it's like just unadulterated expression and feeling of like what we're all feeling, that day. So it's just cool how it works. Sometimes we come in, start playing something like a little heavier. Sometimes it's just some nice chill vibes. It really just depends, but
it's kind of limitless, you know. I would say we're an amalgamation of so many different sounds at this point. And like initially, I thought Rubik's Groove was a cool name. Our old trumpet player Garrett Folger had come up with that name. But like as time goes on, I really feel like we are just like the musical equivalent to a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, we
because,
turned into one after the name.
because there's literally like so many different variations. You know, we had like a honky tonk jam, and then we went into like psychedelic rock like 4 minutes later at our last show, which none of us even knew we were gonna do. I didn't know that.
I heard that the very first time I saw you, which was I think 2019 Love Fest.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
the stage manager there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a good
I
show.
remember.
Yeah. And I'm like setting up the other stage and like getting them all ready, and I'm like falling behind because I just keep watching you guys. I'll never forget that.
Nice. Yeah, that was us in our infancy.
Yeah,
I think
right.
we had
Yeah,
Robin
it's like
Blake.
one of our first
I got to
shows.
play
Doug
Bear-
just joined.
Yeah.
Doug just joined. I got to play barefoot that day. I just thanked Leah for like, yo, I got to play barefoot at your show. I wish I could do that at every show. So thanks for letting me do that.
Totally.
I was telling one of my friends like 2-3 days ago, or just a little while ago, just like how I love the 70s as far as music, and just like I feel like there was such a constant evolution with people, and there was not the overhead of like the internet.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess you could say where like the internet, there was like this oversaturation of ideas where you don't feel like you're going to be able to collect something, whereas like what you guys are doing, you're probably not looking at your phones while you guys are jamming.
Yeah.
You're probably in the moment, and there's just a natural collaboration going on. And that's where like the beauty of really music's at, and that's just the magic we all try to get towards. So if you can do that as a band and you just dial that in, it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And then just to see that during your guys' live shows, like I'm sure that's insane. That's gotta be so insane.
It is. It gets wild for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
helpful
Yeah.
that there's so many people that we're all so different in ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that too.
bringing that together makes it really interesting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're really
So many different backgrounds.
Totally, like different backgrounds, different personalities, and we all like all of that different individuality just manifests in different ways, like in our playing and in what we're doing, and it's just beautiful because I would never have been in this like in a room with these people had it not been for all of our crafts and us coming together, and it really is beautiful. Very grateful for the group we have. It's just a fun hang, honestly. Like even when we're not playing, it's just good people. Like,
Good.
Yeah, when COVID first hit, and it was literally illegal for us to hang out.
We
Like
made
4
it work.
people
yeah,
in a room.
Grav, you guys are good. Rubik's, you can't practice.
I know. I think I started getting so sad, not even because we couldn't play, but like because I couldn't hang out with you guys was what had me so down. I'm like, man, what the? I miss you guys so much. And we'd have like these little side jams. Finally, I willed us to be able to practice in 2 rooms together
You
separately.
gotta tell them about
With like
that.
an XLR snake. I'm like, oh, I got a 100-foot XLR snake.
That is so much
I'll
dedication.
put
Whoa.
half the band in this
Awesome.
room, run them through the PA, give them
Make 'em in.
headphones,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
and then I was able to actually get us to practice like
Oh my
during those
God.
times and not really have to worry about everybody being close together.
Yep.
It got us through like pretty like we had to rehearse for shows. We were booking some shows that like Terrestrial Tree Huggers and a few other things. So like that was pretty crucial. I learned a little bit too about like signal flow, a little bit of audio engineering too when I was doing that all. But
I did one of those COVID practices.
Yeah,
I
right?
totally forgot about it until you
Yeah,
started talking
right,
about
right.
it. We're like, hey, we're going to practice. Don't worry. We have a room for your drums to be in.
Pipe
Guitar's gonna be
everything
over here. It was Dennis set it up. And so our friend Dennis
Nice.
has like all this wireless gear. He's like, I got in-ears for everybody.
Oh,
so
right
we'll all
on.
be in these different spots and you can control with your iPads and we can...
yeah, that's cool. We'll have to talk
Sounds
later
more
about that.
technical than I.
We
We'll have
make
to
it
talk
work.
later about
Oh,
that because she
Dennis.
wants in-ears. We need to get her in-ears.
Oh, all right.
I think
No,
she-
we love Dennis. We met.
Yeah, Dennis...
We met Dennis when
Wait,
we
not from
did.
Dirty Town, is it?
No,
No.
no.
Dirty Town Guitar. Okay.
Dennis, we met him when we were in a Chili Peppers tribute. Me and Chuck.
Oh,
And
nice.
we needed a new vocalist because the guy that started the band moved to Vegas.
Yeah, guy put us all together, and then like as
It's
soon as
like,
we're ready to do it, he was
No.
like, I'm out. So
They're all
Dennis-
looking at each other like,
What?
You guys still here? Like,
Dennis
should
was
we do
playing
this?
guitar with me, and he was in that the '80s band that played at the drag show.
Oh, nice,
there.
nice, nice.
Yeah, we were playing like Pride Days in Mansfield, and
Nice.
But yeah, he's like, hey, I'd like to sing for you guys. I'm like, yeah, give it a shot. You know,
Hell yeah.
utmost
got a wig,
professional.
He had the energy. It was great.
He's
yeah.
something else, man. He had to shave. He's the hairiest man I know, though.
Yeah.
He had to shave down for every show.
Oh,
to be
my
Anthony
God.
Kiedis. He's shirtless.
Oh, right on.
His
That is
his
great.
wife shaving his back.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
dedication.
Wow.
Actually, encompassing John Frusciante was one of the most fun times
Ah,
I've ever
yeah.
had as
Shit.
a musician.
I had a blast
gotta
playing
be.
Chad Smith.
Seriously.
That
Right.
was fun, man.
I love John. I love his solo career. That's a whole nother conversation.
I'm just so happy he's back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Definitely special. I didn't have like a huge connection with that growing up. I was like, yeah, Chili Peppers, but like now I'm growing older as a musician, I was like that's so cool seeing the band come back.
Oh yeah,
totally.
that new album hits like a lot of different parts of like you recognize a lot of different parts of their heyday.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I hear a lot of By the Way and a lot of Californication in there.
Yeah.
Ah, his voice
Yeah.
is just magical.
That's
He's
it.
the best singer in the band too, and songwriter
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I can agree with you there.
Yeah.
We'll have a separate podcast.
Separate
Comments are
thing.
going crazy right now.
That dude, I love him because he dedicated his last solo record, I think, before he rejoined the Chili Peppers, to his deceased cat. I'm like, dude. Now, John Frusciante, he is another just separate dude,
Yeah.
breathing rarefied air. We're lucky he's even alive today, so
Yeah.
shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's cheers to John Frusciante.
Yeah, dude.
Anyone else want in on this one? All right.
Crazy Town's whole career based on a John Frusciante guitar lick.
Oh yeah, forgot about them.
Whole career?
The whole career. I can tell.
Yeah, their one hit song was just that on
Just
repeat,
hit
right?
one little tiny thing he did on guitar.
Pretty Little Ditty on repeat.
That's right.
Just the bridge of that song.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But anyway,
Crazy.
I think they were at Ozfest one year.
yeah,
Oh.
they can thank
2001
John
or
Frusciante
something
for
like
that too. Seriously though.
They might have lost money with how much they had to pay for that.
Yeah, right.
Nah, Sharon doesn't pay
Followed
out.
by
Everybody
Methods
knows
of
that.
Mayhem, which was Tommy Lee's like hip hop thing. He
Oh,
had going.
man.
That was terrible.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that was
Get
a
Naked. Was that the song?
Yeah, my buddy Alan yelled at him
Oh.
and got Tommy all pissed because he was like, play some crew. Tommy got all pissed and he came up to the front of the stage and Alan was my like drill partner from wrestling. He's a pretty stacky dude. He goes, "You're not gonna beat me like you beat Pam." And like Tommy got pissed
Oh,
and
man.
stormed off the stage.
Oh my God. That's great. Come on, Tommy.
That was fun. And I got a pic from Dimebag Darrell at that same
right
Ozfest.
on.
I still have that.
Nice.
Man.
Rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. That's a nice
like
token.
chaos.
We got to one time during COVID.
What's that?
Jimmy, the first time I got to jam with people during COVID, we got together at some rehearsal space with Josh Abrams and
Oh yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were doing like some Queens of the Stone Age type stuff.
Dude, I
Nice.
forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. I've been trying to drag Abrams back into jamming again. I know Joe's been hitting it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Josh
play drums
Drummond.
for him,
Joe.
Joe Frigora.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good group you guys had. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was cool. I think we just
Nice.
had like some 3-hour jams and then like went home a couple times.
Hell
It
yeah.
was
Yeah.
fun.
Sounds right.
Yeah, man. The jams are fun. I'm kind of at the point where like my network of musicians is so good that it's just like it's so vast that it's
You
almost
free
like
today?
Yeah.
Exactly.
well, you want to start
feeling
building
this
bands
vibe.
almost. Be
Yeah.
like, yo, let me like just put y'all together.
Like it's
See
fantasy
what you
football.
do.
You're like,
Yeah, you
at
talk
quarterback
yourself
we
in the head.
have Tom
we got
Brady.
we got friends out here that do that because to be honest, like sometimes it's just you're one or two people away from like just getting the ball rolling. It's just like that one or two people around you, and our group was the same way when me and Shannon first started playing together. It was me, John, Cox, and Shannon back in the Charlie days, and you might remember Charlie. But yeah, once the three of us got together, it's like, oh my God, we can do so much here. We have someone who can write the brass. We got someone who can sing. We got someone who can write the songs. It's like, just get the right people around us, and we kept building from there. It was like the foundation. So it's like, you're always just one or two people away from getting that confidence boost. And even as a songwriter, because I love the solo, I really grinded in that like solo songwriter acoustic like scene for a long time too. The Brothers 10x3s and all that stuff. And
Nice.
ultimately the goal when it came to music was like to find the good balance of like writing a good song that has good lyrical depth, but also has great like melodic and rhythmic, like all that going on too, and just blend the two together. I don't care what genre it is.
Yeah.
But just have a good balance of each of those without too much of one or the other.
I love that.
And I feel like that's kind of like the formula I use for Rubik's Groove is to just like basically do that. And one thing I feel like I've realized recently is like every song I write is almost like paying homage to like all the artists who've come before me. It's like everything I listen to, I'm just a student of all that. I feel like I'm just like creating something based on everything I've ever known before me.
Right.
So I owe everything to like every musician who's ever come before me that I've ever seen or listened to, or going back 100 years or 50 years or whatever. Like even like last week, musicians I saw, like it's all a big influence on me. Every single little thing like affects you as a songwriter, and like you got to let it. You can't ever be so closed-minded. You got to be open-minded to all them things, because they'll help you create something powerful if you let all them things come together. You know.
Right. I feel like, sorry to cut you off, but just precisely like what you were saying is how we've like arrived at this crazy amalgamation of sounds, because we have such different backgrounds. Like Steve from Grav, like who we mentioned, our bassist, diehard death metal fan, but also loves bluegrass.
Check out episode 2.
Yeah, check out episode 2 if you want to hear more about that. But
He goes
you
deep
know,
into the metal.
and then like me and John are like, punk rock ska kids, and then like Jimmy loves old school hip hop, and there's just all these different pieces to the puzzle that all get tied in, and it also goes back to just the kind of let's try it all, see what works and what doesn't.
And we do a lot of that. Like, when I work with Shannon, like, say on a vocal melody, I'll, like, go through the scales. I'll be like, I'll show you all the notes. We'll find the one. I know you like blues scales. Your voice is naturally a blues voice. So we'll find that scale over that song. We'll go over the notes. We'll see where your voice fits best. It's a long process. You got to be patient with it, but, it's really worth it in the end. You make this giant, great product that, like, you can't replace that feeling for anything else in the world. Music's so powerful. Like, we're so lucky to be able to do this, honestly. Like,
Absolutely.
any musician out there playing, like, be grateful for the fact that you can even create something, because it's unlike anything else in this world,
Right.
It's so nice.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing you can do with this body.
Right?
I was talking to somebody today, like, once you can find your passion level for whatever you're doing, like, you should don't let up, because there's so many people in this life that don't find it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just so lucky, like what you're saying, it's just like so lucky that we found that was like a musical passion. It's just a beautiful thing. You can put forward and just don't let go. Like, even if, like, I don't know, you're a professional band or like your local band or whatever it is, you shouldn't let go of it. You should keep doing it, because it's what makes you happy. You shouldn't be doing it for somebody else. Do it for you.
Absolutely. That core like identity kind of notion that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It really is. It's everything, and gratitude is the only thing I can express about it, because I have no idea what I'd be doing if it wasn't this. You know? Like, I really just don't know. So I'm just so grateful that I've had the outlet. Shout out to my parents for getting me a drum set in 4th grade.
And putting up with it.
Exactly. Lord knows. Oh man, my mom was running her business out of our house growing up, and I'd be playing drums in the basement, and when she'd get a business call, she'd run over to the lights and just flicker them, and that was our way of like communicating. Yeah, exactly.
That's the same thing.
So shout out my mom for making it work.
Person ever.
Yeah, Susan Augustine, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You do so much for us. We love you.
Yeah. I'd like to get into what inspired you to do music, and let's start with you, Shannon. We haven't heard much from you. Can you tell us about some of the music or some of the influences as a young person that like made you want to pursue music or feel passionate about music?
Well, as a young person, the 90s baby, so I was listening to Spice Girls and Britney
Yes.
Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got a drum cover of Spice Girls on my YouTube channel.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I think I've
Nice.
seen that.
What? Spice Girls Groove.
Yeah.
Spice Girls ages so well too, like compared to everything else.
Yeah.
So good. It's great.
Remember my
They do.
dad had a joke with the Spice Girls. He said, you can never understand women, even when they tell you exactly what they want. They say, I'll tell you what I want. I want a
That
Exactly.
is very funny.
That's great.
But anyway, what,
It's Zig a Zig Ah, first of all.
And
And that's the song I covered.
Nice.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, right.
It's
Zig a Zig.
Okay.
Of course. Classic.
But not so much into pop music anymore.
All right, modern
But
shit.
yeah,
Let's hear
like
from that.
a lot of the blues. Like when it comes to singing, I mean, it's the blues for me. Like
Yeah.
Susan Trudesky, that's one of my idols.
That's one of the shows that's blown me away
Yeah.
as an
Yes.
adult.
I got to see them for the first time.
Derek Truck's my favorite this century guitar player.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
What an
Phenomenal.
amazing duo.
Oh, what a tasty guy.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
his playing and her voice work together
never
is
seen two
something
people
from
compliment
heaven.
each
Yeah,
other so well.
seriously.
It's incredible.
Oh man, and seeing them just smile at each other on stage, your heart just melts. You're just like, damn, this is something.
Tears.
But you got a very musical family too.
Yeah. My dad's a drummer, and he used to be a producer too. So kind of grew up with all of this. So before I was with them, the only thing I really had done was record with my dad's basement band.
It's true. It's our first band.
I was glad to get out of the basement.
And now look where you
Yeah,
are.
right.
Oh.
Those people a little closer in age too.
Yeah, but they were great.
Your dad's legit. He's the man.
Yeah.
Good guy.
We used to joke because like she didn't start her music career till like she was 27, so you don't even get that curse. Like you're already, like, you start at 27, like you
It would've
don't
been a
can't
hell of
join
a
that
year.
27. Yeah, it had to be a crazy year for you to end on that.
I think Jimi Hendrix was only famous for like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, he died in
Something like that.
70, like mid 70, and I think he was big in
Like
67.
24, 25 when
But
he
what's weird is he
emerged
was from
and-
Seattle and he got big in London.
Yeah.
Because the
Yes,
States
he
didn't
went to
recognize
London
him.
because he couldn't make it in America.
Yeah.
And then he came back Woodstock and it was a done deal.
There's a whole nother little side story to him. With,
Yeah.
Jimmy James and the Blue Flames, Randy California from the band Spirit out of New York City. He was in a little band even before the Hendrix Experience. A band called Spirit, underrated, amazing band.
They wrote Stairway to Heaven.
They did?
Yeah,
Sure is. You know about that. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. They opened for Zeppelin for a little bit right before Zeppelin
Yeah.
wrote that song.
So
Crazy how that works.
Randy California got his name from Jimi Hendrix because there was two guys named Randy in the band, and one was from California, another one from another state. Randy California, Jimi Hendrix gave him his nickname.
Randy Rhode Island
that's
got the
history.
short end of the
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's
Hendrix played a lot of big bands, like with all the brass and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So he did a lot of E flat tuning, and that's where like guitarists like me and Evan and some like I don't tune to E flat like ever, but it's a cool sound, very cool sound. Definitely
yeah.
for a Stratocaster and like
Right.
even Chili Peppers, like even all that E and E flat, all that
Yeah.
really is that guy. Like it's
Totally.
phenomenal.
Oh yeah, there's so much Hendrix.
Phenomenal.
It's ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
So
Who's
nice.
John Frusciante? He's, Hendrix. You can hear all of Hendrix in him.
Yeah.
Now you can
The
hear
good
that
parts.
all in me.
Oh, good. I loved Jimmy because he never had a chance to make shitty music. Like that's the thing. Like I wanna, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
That's
He
the
didn't
thing
have a
about
disco
all of us.
album.
Yeah, exactly.
never had the chance to make a bad fucking song.
Yeah.
Jason, what about you on musical origins? I don't even know.
So my first CD was
CD.
CD. Yeah. Was
Except for me.
is it Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park?
yeah.
The first
Oh,
Linkin
yeah.
Park
Oh,
album.
wow.
You know, I was getting down with that. You know,
Nice.
at 6, 7 years old. You know.
Wow.
I didn't know you got down with that.
I still get down.
That
with
record changed my
no,
life.
No shame.
And the first concert I ever went to was actually Dave Matthews Band in 6th grade. My parents took me to
Wow.
Blossom,
Nice.
and
What a great experience.
they were diehard fans. So Carter Beaufort's just one of my absolute favorites on the kit, and
Monster drummer.
yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. And also I was just a Blink-182 kid growing up, so
Me too,
a lot of good
yes.
drums to listen to from those 3 bands. But that was about my start in tunes. I started playing when I was in like 4th grade or so. Just kind of played punk rock and ska and stuff like that, and then developed a love for kind of more funk and jazzier playing, and especially improv. Like I've always loved playing improv drums in any facility, any genre. So this group is just great for that. You know, I can bring a lot to the table here, it's always been fun.
For sure. My music origins probably date back to literally, I can pinpoint the exact moment to where I wanted to play guitar, and that was basically like, I think I was 13. It was 2003, summertime. I was about to go into the 8th grade, and I remember I was in West Virginia with my family, and my cousin, he comes driving over to my grandpa's, which is where I would stay when I'd visit my grandfather's. And he drives over, and he's like, hey, we're going to go on a ride tonight. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, man. But all right. And then, so he took me and his little brother, my other cousin, and we get in the car, and he's got these giant speakers and his little, like, old Mazda, who knows what.
He's slamming in the back.
With, like, a 12-pack that he's chugging when he's driving all over these, mountains, like, and then, like, gravel road mountains without guardrails, like, you could die at any moment if you're not
Backwoods
careful.
type.
But, and he just puts on the Black Sabbath first record.
Oh.
And literally turns that shit
What a
to
baptism.
like no limit. Just blasts those things like the
Probably
song, the
clipping.
whole record from the beginning. And the first one, if you know the record, it just starts out with the rain and the gong and then the riff. And then you're just like, dude, what am I experiencing right now? Like, it was a totally just, I felt myself, like, turning into somebody else. And from that, like, point forward, I just felt like what just went on with the guitar is what I have to be able to do.
Nice.
Like, I don't care what it takes. Like, I have to be able to do what just went on.
Yeah, baseball
With a
was
guitar.
a lot less interesting after that.
Yeah,
moment.
right? I know. I was the total jock.
For me, man.
I was totally a jock and a sports. I was all about playing sports up until that point, and like that changed everything for me.
Sabbath
started
did it
playing
for me
music.
too, man.
I grew out my hair. I started skateboarding. I think everything from that point forward in my life has changed since then. I'm pretty sure like that was literally like the defining moment of my life, and to this day, yeah, we got a lot of us started in like metal and heavy stuff. Like that's what it is. Like
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You start hitting hard, then you rein it in as you get older, you know.
But I've always been open-minded. I've always been heavily influenced by, I feel like, every genre,
Absolutely.
One guy told me one time after I played a show with Constant Source, my old band, where Blake was the drummer, I played a show at Coda, and we were just kind of, I don't really have limits to songs. We write whatever we're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always gone. And a guy, like, I was smoking a cigarette after a show, and a guy's like, you really need an identity as a band.
That's so lame.
And I'm like, nah, you don't. I'm like, you're just saying that because there's not many people here tonight. And I didn't draw that many people. And you're just going to find the first thing to cling on to.
You need to make this music easier for me to box into a simple genre.
Yeah, you want to
Is
be
this
able
rock?
to identify me.
Yeah,
But that's not happening.
And
I'm
if
making you think about this.
And if you're so structured into such a genre or something like that, you'll find that like all the rhythms are the same and the songs start to sound the same and meld into each other. It's so boring.
And
That is so boring, man.
is.
To
Finally.
play that over and over.
Yeah. Who wants to do that? And let's say you took off or something, you're 200 nights out of the year, you're playing out and doing shows. Yeah, good luck. Your
Right,
next
exactly.
album, you're gonna hate everything you've done.
Right,
Totally,
exactly.
totally.
You know, and
Exactly.
a band like the Black Keys is a good example. Like, I was a mega Black Keys fan in high school.
Love Black Keys.
Like, building up to around the time, I found out about them when Magic Potion had been released.
Nice.
So pretty early on, like, they were still playing at the Beach then at that time.
Whoa.
And I was too young to go to the Beach then to see them. But my friends and I would drive out from Brunswick to try to see them. But we get denied at the
Were
door.
they carding tonight? Or?
Yeah. And
They were.
But they're a perfect example of like a band that's evolved their sound. And although like I really cling on to their early stuff, I respect the evolution of sound that they've gone through. And Queens of the Stone Age is a good example, and Red Hot Chili Peppers is a good example of like they've changed their sound over time. And some old fans might not like the new stuff, but at the same time, like, you got to change as time goes on, or else it gets so stale that
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Hell,
I
even
think I
the
listened to
Beatles.
that new Black Keys album for a week and a half straight.
Oh, is that
When it
good?
came- oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
good album.
So good. Once it's very recent.
Mhm.
Man, like
Came out like 2 weeks ago.
I got
Yeah,
I have
okay.
like a shirt of the Big Come Up, which is their first record that they recorded with like 2 computer microphones.
Yeah.
And, like
Yeah.
I think
In a
Yeah.
basement.
Patrick
In a
Carney's basement.
Yeah, man.
And I was so like that shirt is so nostalgic to me that when it like shredded and ripped, I like kept the rag. So I still have the rag that has
It ain't
like
a
the Black
shirt,
Keys.
but-
It's not even like wearable anymore.
they
But
recognize.
that's from like
their
2006 or 7. I mean,
When
yeah.
I just saw them this past year, like they headlined a festival in Tennessee, and they were shouting out the Euclid Tavern.
Oh
Nice.
my god, that's crazy. I feel like
That's cool, man.
once
Mine
you
is
start
boring.
playing, you really understand why bands deviate from their original sound
Yes,
more, you know,
yes,
like you're saying. It really does just get stale, and also
Yes.
like I don't know, I feel like a lot of groups just don't want to identify solely with like one record of theirs, you know,
Yeah.
and want to stretch their legs a bit. And I respect that. I used to, when I was an immature music listener, get all bitter, you know, when bands, this doesn't sound like them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like, I get it, guys. Write the avant-garde record, you know, like, have some
weird.
fun with it.
Be
exactly.
weird and break rules.
Yeah.
Did you
Just
feel
go
that
places.
like with Linkin Park?
Oh,
too?
for
Like,
sure,
I felt
for
that,
sure,
I felt that.
for
I remember
sure.
Minutes to Midnight came
Yeah.
out. I was like feeling
Totally.
like, wow, you guys are like not hard.
100%,
You know?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
then like as time went on, I finally I grew. I appreciated it more and more.
So how do you think like AC/DC does it? Because they've made 32 of the same.
Yeah,
albums.
seriously.
they have-
seriously.
You hear one song, it's all.
They struck gold, and they're like, we're going to play it
So
safe, keep it right
You know
here.
what? I'm a schoolboy.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna be
exactly.
a schoolboy.
With guys like that, I think of like I think of the older generation. They just like worked their job and then they retired, but they worked their job
They're
for
like
like
the
40.
machinists.
Yes,
Right.
that's what I'm thinking when I think
they
of
dial
AC.
it into
When I think of
master-
AC/DC,
Yeah.
they're just viewing it as a job. They're gonna go
Oh
rock
my
out like
God,
a job.
that's
And that-
actually so smart. They're like master electricians
Yeah.
at that point.
That's
like,
how I look at that. 'cause
clocking in, doing my work. It's
I
an
can't
honest
not
work.
improv. I
Like,
cannot not improv as a musician, as a guitarist, and stuff like that. Like that just terrifyingly boring to
Yeah,
me. I cannot do
absolutely,
that. That's not why I
absolutely.
got into art or
Yeah.
music or anything like that. But I think of that. That's
yeah,
what I think.
God, that's
Shit, they've been
spot
playing
on.
TNT for
Like how can
45 years.
like sold out show in Brazil, but are you still enjoying TNT? Boy,
I think it's Phil Rudd's fault.
yeah.
He never learned any more beats.
Right.
Cliff Williams learned more bass lines.
Yeah.
Malcolm and Angus learned more riffs.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
two
They
different
left for a
singers.
little
The
bit.
drummer never did anything else.
No.
It's his fault. But that's okay because they're
This
still
is a good
successful.
job of
Well,
not
the
hitting
money
crashes.
never
Yeah.
stops.
Oh, it never
Stupendous
stops with that.
job.
Yeah.
It's your job.
Absolutely
It's your job.
minimalist playing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't not do that.
Right?
You know,
yeah. Like,
like,
there's so many times where you're like,
Totally.
if it's
What the
not
fuck
on the
was it?
4 or
Yeah.
it's on the 8 or somewhere in the
Yeah.
bar, my brain is gonna say, hit the
he's like, no,
crash.
I'm on that hi hat.
Yeah, exactly.
On that hi hat.
Pocket
And it's that machinist.
rock.
Yeah, the
Yes,
machinist
exactly.
too.
Just dialing it in.
I am a hi hatist.
Exactly. this is my job. I've been assigned this task, and I will
50 years.
dial this in.
That's funny you say the
that's so
hi-hat is.
good.
Like, I even got some ideas where, like, we give Jason half a drum kit and Blake a half a drum kit.
Ooh.
And we do that. You know, you ever seen them Wolfpack videos? Where
Oh,
they,
yeah.
Yeah,
one of them's playing the kick drum with the mallet.
Yeah, right.
And then the other one's playing the hi-hat. I'm like,
Standing
shit.
right over each other, man.
So
love
be on
that.
the lookout for some interesting things from Rubik's Groove.
We
You know where
also
it's coming
had
from.
The half kit split.
Yeah, Blake just got a really nice electronic kit. And
Yeah,
at
that's it.
Loveland a week ago, we were.
There we go.
I was sitting in playing a 808 sample kit while he's playing acoustic kit, and we were just having fun with it. So might have some stuff like that coming down the pipe.
cool.
As a
It's
spectator,
hilarious,
I can
though.
vouch that was insanely creative and awesome. It was awesome just being there, like tripping out.
Right.
808s are
Wow,
so
what's
much fun to
going
just
on?
fuck
Hell
around
Oh,
with.
so fun, dude! Just slamming the bass. You're like, oh. Exactly.
Hey, never got the opportunity to thank you for that.
Oh, appreciate you attending and rocking out with us, man.
Let's
for
get
sure.
back to the band a little bit.
Yeah.
What's in the future for you guys? What do you got planned?
We got the show tomorrow, which by the time this is released will be in the past.
It'll be 2 days ago.
Yeah, hopefully it went well.
Fun.
Hopefully it went good. We got our
you're
homies
still a
Camel
band.
Butter, like he said, Dogs in a Pile, who's the big band that just played Dome Fest.
Yeah, yeah.
They're making some big noise. Expect big things from them. And
I've been making a point to not check them out and check them out for the first time at this show.
yeah.
Nice. I feel like that's a great way to do jam bands too.
Totally.
You know,
Yeah.
get the live
Also-
experience first.
I
and
just,
then dive
saw
in.
that they were like,
Absolutely.
they were opening for Dopapod for a few shows.
Nice,
So I'm like,
yeah.
all right,
Oh,
they,
really?
they must be legit.
Oh,
Right, right,
The Dopapod
Yes.
bell. All right.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
they were open for Dopapod. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah,
But,
so they must be legit.
I
Let's
was-
see
Right,
it
right.
free.
I was pretty impressed
Absolutely.
because I lived in Lakewood for 4 years, and I don't remember Mayhall's doing big, like, quote-unquote jam band shows. So I felt, like, almost honored to be a part of one. But I know that, like,
Yeah, we're all excited.
it's probably them getting a little bit out of their comfort zone because that's not something they usually do. I just don't think so. So we really want to make this count, and we kind of want to flip the script. Maybe
It's gonna be my first time post-COVID attending there.
attending Mayhall's.
Nice.
Yeah, right on. I played a nice show there the Valentine's Day 2020, so right before COVID. It
I
was
played a
awesome.
Valentine's Day show too. It was so fun. Then everything shut down.
Yeah.
It was so.
That
I was
made
like,
Hall show
Cleveland's
rowdy.
coming up.
Yeah, right.
Then he shut it down. I was like, wow.
Speaking of Dopapod, they played like I think February 28th before the show.
Yes.
I was
that
there
was the last
at the
think every
bar
show
room.
we were all there.
That was a good
Yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good show. I drank
man.
a bunch of boxes of
Yeah.
wine that night. It was a great night.
That's where
They did the
that's
Green
where
Day song
Rihanna-
that night. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had
they
brain
did.
stew.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Somehow. I didn't see
So
that
good.
coming. But,
I was just talking to Rihanna at that point. That was like
Yeah.
the day we started dating.
Oh,
right
that's
on.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
cool.
How long's it been? Shit, 2 years, something.
2 years, 4
2.5.
months. Here we
Congratulations.
go. Also, there you go.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Sure.
Anyway,
You gotta get that
regarding
out there.
Rubik's Groove, we got Dreamfest coming up, and that's June, 18th to 20th?
Yeah.
17th?
16th to
16th to 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Nice.
So that's cool. That'll be in Ansonia, Ohio.
Right. In Sony, Ohio, we got Big Something's headlining
I'm
with
excited to see them again.
Dustin Smith and
Barefoot,
Liz
I've been seeing them
Landers,
since
yeah.
their
Barefoots,
Umphreys tour.
Yeah. Oh, 2019 or something like that. That was really good. That's how I found out about them too. And I love Big Something because they bring like really good lyrical songwriting
Good
to the
tunes,
jam
good
scene. You know,
songwriting,
it just
yeah.
feels good. You know, they're a great time. I actually have a cool Big Something story to shout them out real quick. They were coming through around the same time as that Dopapod show. They were finishing up their tour, and Cleveland was the last stop in Cincy. Or not Dopapod, sorry. They're finishing up the Humphreys tour, and their last stop was Cleveland at Beachland, and it was a Sunday night. And they post on the event page on Facebook, like, guys, you know, it's the last day of our tour. We're going to have some fun with it. We're exhausted. Like, what do you guys want to hear? And I comment 3, like, pretty deep cuts. They don't play them live much. They opened with one of them and ended up playing the other 2 later in the set. So shout out Big Something. It was, one of them was Moonshine. off their
yeah.
first album.
That's on my
another
jam
one.
playlist.
Yeah?
When I'm just like by myself and like
Yes,
trying to
dude.
like figure out something.
Absolutely,
some shit.
absolutely, man. Oh man, I can't remember the other two off the top. I just know that
Right, just
Moonshine
good-
was one
good-
of them. But
Good, straightforward songwriting.
yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
And they, they called us Cincy twice during the show, so they were tired.
Oh no.
He kept being like, "Fuck, sorry, Cleveland." We're like, "Dude, it's fine. You guys are ripping." No one
I wonder
cares.
if that was the show
not that
Tang
different.
booked. I remember she was making a big deal about how she got big something to come to the beach.
Oh
That
yeah.
was back in the day. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
our contact at the Beachland for a while.
Right.
Our
So
old,
that's a different show that I was talking about. When they opened, when they were with Humphreys, that was the Masonic Temple.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I must have my tours mixed up, but I
No,
want
I
to
was
say
at that Beachland one too, though.
you were
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it wasn't too packed, but it was just a good time.
We need to take a second to thank our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Before, because we are running out of time, so let's give a big shout out to Chuck Kaminsky.
Basement Trader.
Basement Trader. BASSMENT.com. Thank you very much for hooking us up with these great podcast microphones
Yes.
that have been
Thanks, Chuck.
so useful.
Absolutely, and you could really tell the last one we had with Lake Erie when we had like 80 people in here. You could really tell the difference between these excellent microphones that Chuck got us
And the clip-on
and the
ones
clip-on
that we were
mics that we were wearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's the shitty voice.
I tried everything I could with the EQ. But
Was that bad?
There's only so much you can do in post.
Like I was like, okay, we're going for an interview, guys.
So, what do you guys think about the first
10-4, 10-4, overall.
BasementTrader.com, Reverb.com/shop/BasementTrader. He's got two shops with guitars and basses in one, amps, great accessories in the other. He can do amazing setups for you.
quick
He just,
turnaround time.
Very quick, yeah.
Yeah.
He just did 5 of my
Wow.
pieces.
Right
yeah.
on.
I feel like brand new player again.
nice.
My intonation
Actually,
is
2
all
guitars done.
right on. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Casino and a Strat. Got some
Yeah.
string buzz.
Cool.
Gotta get
Text
that.
only 440-392-4468. Set up your appointment, and he'll take you in. He'll get you done 3 or 4 days max.
Right out there in Painesville.
Right on.
Nice.
Very
Chestnut
close off.
Street.
Yeah, Painesville might seem far to some, but just
Yeah.
Not when
two
it comes
2
to
minutes
getting
off
the good
the highway.
stuff, though,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
right off the highway.
Cool. Let's give a shout out to listencle.com.
Yeah. With the mood-based playlist.
9
Nine
mood-based
of them.
playlists made entirely of Cleveland
Wow,
bands.
there we
are.
That's right.
Oh,
Can
nice.
you guys name those playlists off the top of your head while the card is held in
Yeah,
the
I
air?
know Jimmy can.
Oh, yeah. I see Groove. I see a little bit of chill. I see a little bit of feel good. I see a little bit of Misery Loves Company.
That'll do.
And rocking out. Because who don't love to rock out? You know? Rock in, rock out.
Rock
That's
on!
what it is. And you rock on and rock off. But mostly on.
You guys rocking in?
There's an acoustic cuts playlist, a night driving playlist, and a what is love playlist.
Nice.
Rock flag
And within the last 3 months, I think they've introduced their Cleveland musicians and artists database. If
Yeah.
you go to Cleveland, listencle.com, there's a very easy way to sign up for this database. Is just get all your info in there, get your links, and you can use it as your own electronic press kit.
Right
You know,
on.
venues and events that are looking for specific acts for whatever they're doing have been pulling from it and giving a lot of great new opportunities to Cleveland bands. So make sure you go to listencle.com and get yourself signed up in that
Get on
database.
Nice.
And
That sounds
Russell
like
Jones?
Very cool.
That's a cool
Russell
resource.
Jones?
Russell Jones,
Tell us
Jones
about
Drones,
Russell Jones.
CLE, the Drone Commander, Lifesaver, and NBA All-Star Game filmer extraordinaire.
Nice.
Russ.
Podcast guest on
man.
episode number
18.
18.
Listen CLE episode 9. Forgot about that one.
Nice.
Ooh. All right. Russell will shoot your live events. He will shoot all kinds of awesome stuff from the sky, which is even better. He teaches you how to fly a drone. He races drones.
He repairs your drones.
He repairs your drones. and he saves drowning people from the Cuyahoga River.
That's right.
Wow.
It's a hell
He
of
was
a
out
right.
practicing and saw somebody
Hometown
drowning.
hero.
Yeah, he's on
Oh
the
my
news.
God.
So
Amazing.
would have been
Jones
cool if that was the week before. Thanks, Russell.
Let's also give a shout out to Unrefined. Unrefined is a 100% gluten and dairy-free meal prep service in Cleveland. They use local vendors for their products, and their food is always served fresh, never frozen, and meals are delivered right to your door within 35 miles of downtown. Pickup is also available. If you go to their Instagram, which is Unrefined CLE, you can see pictures of all their great products, great meals that I myself indulge in. My favorite is the Asian glazed chicken. Oh, I can't get enough. I eat it at least twice a week. New on the menu is the turkey taco salad. The buffalo mac and cheese is a great staple. The protein balls are a great breakfast, and brand new is the French toast and the breakfast. All gluten-free, all dairy-free. If you go to Unrefined LS and check out their menu and then put out the promo code CS20, you'll get 20% off your first order.
Nice.
I actually have a buddy who uses
Chop
that.
it up.
He posts the food. It looks really good. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might have to try out that. What was that? Asian glazed chicken.
Asian glazed chicken.
He goes on and on about that. Man. I come here from work, do the podcast, can't have dinner, and he's going on and on about this Asian glazed chicken every time.
You're gonna bring some or?
Like I said, they deliver it to your door, and like
We're gonna have
they're in
plate
these
for
microwave
this one.
safe containers. You just pop them in the
Oh, right
microwave for a minute, and dinner's ready.
Nice,
You know?
nice.
And it's all healthy,
That's
all
good
very
stuff.
health conscious. You know?
Yeah.
You couldn't tell by looking at me, but like, you know, because of all this Ohio beer,
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
Ohio
some
beer
booze.
is good beer.
it is.
I'm gonna miss it. There's like no beer places in Italy, which I'm actually thinking that might be an opportunity.
I'm gonna miss you, man. Why are you talking about Italy?
I can't imagine why I'm talking about it.
Just like
Because the show will go on
Mm-hmm.
with our hosts right over here. As I will be one of the creeps watching on YouTube.
yeah. The creeps.
Yeah,
Oh,
next,
yeah.
next
You watch the Always Sunny podcast?
Yes,
Yes.
our next episode will be Chuck's last, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's I'm sad, but I'm happy to have done it. You know, it's great meeting, you know, like you guys, all these guests that we've had on. It's a blast. Like a lot of times you're getting out of work and you're like, all right, I gotta go do this thing. Let's psych myself up, and then by the time we get down here, like just meeting everybody in the driveway,
right.
like everybody, Cleveland music, you guys are fucking awesome. I'm so happy to have just had this opportunity, and I feel blessed.
Let's
Hell
talk
yeah.
about manifestation for a second, because when we got together for the very first time in my basement in Brooklyn to do this Chili Peppers thing, which, by the way, we'd never met each other. We just all sat down. We played "Suck My Kiss" like we'd been playing it for years
Hell
together.
yeah. Oh, that's
So,
such a good
like,
feeling.
you know.
That'll bond real quick.
Yeah.
just
So
playing
that
like
day, we were talking, like, I think you were the last to leave, and like you told me like one day you wanted to move to Rome.
Yeah, I
This
wanted to move
is,
to Rome.
I think, 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
it's
Wow.
only 2017. Been
Wow.
putting out in the universe like every day since, and
And me
yeah,
and my wife, we were like, want to move to Rome one day, you know. So like,
one
okay.
day we just kept saying it, man. We just kept saying it and trying to make it happen. And one day her work was like, "Well, we'd like you to work in Europe so that you're on our time zone because it's where they're headquartered out of Finland."
Right
I'm like,
on.
well, we're not going to Finland. It's a little bit too cold there.
right.
But if you let us go to Italy, and they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." So
Nice.
What a
Yeah.
blessing.
They got
We're,
Peroni, right? That's the only beer maybe coming out of
Yeah.
Italy. I
we're
think.
terrified and excited at the same time. I'll be having some gear possibly on Basement Trader. If I don't have enough time to get rid
Sell
of
it
it
through
myself.
Chuck, please, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got small ass Italy or little Italy,
Little.
Yeah.
Let's get
as they know it here
one
in
last
Cleveland.
quick shout out to BKO Distillery, Medina, Ohio. Thank you for your Voodoo vodka with the French spelling, VAUDOUX.
Yeah.
That is non-Russian vodka from Ohio, BKO Distillery. That's BKOINC.com.
Isn't that vodka
place in
gluten free too?
I think so.
It's all vodka.
Does vodka have gluten in it?
I don't know, like Tito's like says that. Like I don't know. People
Oh,
are so worried about
I
it.
remember thinking that, like, when I saw that first Tito's bottle, like, where is the gluten in
Right.
vodka in the first place? Well, I'm
It's
probably
American.
just
We'll get it in
ignorant.
there somehow.
I don't know much farther than what I've said.
Pumping it in. Yeah.
People love gluten free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have gluten-free air that we're breathing on this podcast right
Thank
now.
you so
better.
much for
Right.
that. And I feel that, the difference.
I thought I was gonna
That's right.
flare up.
We are woke down here. That's for
You're all cleared and clear now for this one too.
Allegro clear. Yeah.
So we shoot these podcasts, just breaking through the fourth wall there. We shoot these podcasts 2 in a row, and so Evan has an allergy to cats. I've got a couple cats, and he had to go out.
I may have forgot to take the medicine today.
So I popped upstairs, and my wife's going, "What's wrong with Evan? He's crying."
Really good podcast.
What happened? What happened? I go, I didn't take his allergy meds.
I remember when I went to the bathroom, I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, shit, what the fuck's the matter with me? I'm getting old as shit, but okay, I guess that explains
You
it.
guys all got me beat by at least a decade, so you know, I feel everything. I feel every joint in my
I think
body.
I'm only like 3 years younger than you.
Yeah. You're only 3 years younger? I must be living in dog years or something. The cage fighting did a number.
Let's cheers to Angus.
To Angus,
Angus
Cheers.
just jumped
my
off.
dog upstairs
Yeah.
there. Yeah, the pup.
Well, we're running out of time here, so let's get back to Rubik's Groove.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Anything you guys want to say to the world?
Well, we got some shows coming up. Should we talk about them? Who knows? But
Probably.
We're gonna be dropping. We'll be dropping a little summer tour kind of run poster coming out here
Give a
soon.
treat to our listeners. We don't
Yeah.
have many, so
And
give
they're
them some incentive.
yeah, they'll be. You'll see all of our dates. We got a pretty packed summer coming up. Kind of too many shows to rattle off right now, but for right now, our next stop is Ohio Dream Fest. And then after that, you might see us in Akron, Ohio, perhaps. Maybe Columbus.
Going out of
maybe-
state at all this summer?
We actually.
Yeah.
Erie, PA.
Yeah, Firelights Music
yeah.
Festival.
Oh,
That's
That's
gonna be a
an
lot of fun.
underrated town.
August.
Yes, it is.
13th
Erie
through
is great. That's
15th.
Erie and a little up the road, Buffalo.
Yeah,
It's
12th to
another
14th or
underrated
something
music
like
town.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's got a bunch of Cleveland bands on it.
Ooh.
And
We-
DJs. It's a good
a lot of
EDM,
DJs too.
jam mix.
A lot of artists too. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything.
There really
Um,
is something for everyone on
Like
that lineup.
painters.
That's gonna be a big one.
Painters,
I'm telling
flow
you.
artists.
If you're a big supporter of Cleveland music, you don't want to miss Firelights because they
What
got
time? What month is that in?
August. What?
August
middle
12th to
August.
14th, I believe it is. There's a whole lot of Cleveland talent, like Jimmy's saying. We got Vibe and Direct. Wanyama's coming back for that
Oh,
one.
thank God for that.
We've got Cat's
Camel
Meow,
Butter.
which will be a little bit of all of us. Camel
Oh.
Butter
Aqueous
and Friends.
and Friends.
Yeah.
All types of things.
Oh, yeah. Sun Squabby headlining. It'll be
Oh,
a good
man,
time.
give me some squabby.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Cool. Hey,
That'll be a good one. That all goes to a good cause too, to support the local
Yep.
firefighters. So.
nice. I'm gonna try to
a
show
good
up
one.
and get on the Cat's Meow thing. I
Yeah.
love that shit. I've done the Cat's Meow like 7
Oh,
or 8
yeah?
times.
Right
I
on.
love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come
That's
through,
that's
man. We'll
that's
get
the
you
fun
up.
part about it. Just anything goes, you know.
And then-
Whoever's there. Come
I'm trying to go out to California this summer, so it might be that weekend. But if
Yeah.
not, you'll see me out there.
Hells
Yeah.
yes.
July 1st, I think we'll be at the Rialto Theater.
The second.
That was a
Second.
fun.
Oh, right.
gig. I played there 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. I liked
Nice,
it. It was a
nice.
fun little room.
Yeah.
The sound guy's great too. I
That'll
like
be
him.
cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
There's
It's
a,
important.
He likes to play video games during the sets. That's the only thing. I was like, can we get a little bit more volume in the microphone?
oh, wow.
Hey, sound guy. But
Yeah.
I got
yeah,
a
he was
star.
Okay.
fine.
Nice.
No, he was great. He
What
dialed
video
in.
game?
That,
He's
I'm
playing Call of
excited
Duty.
about
It
that.
was like, no.
Asteroids.
No, it wasn't Call of Duty. It was Titanfall.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
He's a nerd.
He is a nerd. He was playing the first Titanfall. I said, what is this? He was like, Titanfall 1. I was like, what? Nobody plays this
Yeah.
anymore.
No one plays two.
Nobody plays any of this.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Oh,
must have
man.
their own server.
Yeah, seriously.
Discord.
Me and my buddies from college just keep this game alive.
It was a cool gig though. I like the place.
Yeah.
Nice, like the pictures of the place. I thought it was gonna be massive, and when we got there, I was like, "Oh, it's a cool little bar." But they took the pictures like wide angle or whatever. But it's a cool. Fun.
Yeah, I
liked
noticed
it.
it was a little smaller than it seems
Yeah.
in the imagination. When I
Yeah.
think of theater, I'm like, oh
He
yeah.
said
it's
theater.
huge.
I was like, how are
And
we
I
gonna
saw a
fill
picture
that
of
room?
a band. I saw a picture of the band on stage, and I'm like,
That's small. Yep.
That's not as big as I need that to be.
Yeah.
'Cause we got 8 people.
Is that gonna be one of those
So-
shows where you hit me with your guitar?
Yeah,
and
you're
your
gonna get
hair?
hit by some shit.
We're
But
No free dancing.
Yeah, seriously.
He doesn't understand how long his hair is.
But-
And he whaps me.
Another thing I think we're gonna be working on too this year is like unplugged shows.
Nice.
And I talked earlier about how like we want to strip down the drum sets and maybe split it up between Blake and Jason. But we'll probably be popping up at Edgewater doing some impromptu shows on Sundays. We got some
coming.
Well, we
at
have a
Terrestrial
brunch.
booked.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do like a
Cool, man.
broken down brunch
Right,
set.
we've-
Can you
We've
give
done
me
it
and
a
Danny
couple
a heads up when
times.
you guys
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
I live
absolutely.
I-
like 5 minutes away from it.
Oh, right on.
I don't want to find out after it's happened.
I really have a deep love for acoustic songwriters and just some of my favorites ever, Nick Drake and Blaze Foley and some of these amazing just songwriters are so like, it means a lot to me to be able to get down to just the roots of it and unplug from the electricity and be able to just
Make
play
sure
your
we
set,
can still
like-
do it without the power. you know?
Exactly,
We
exactly.
can. We've done it before a handful
Or
of
even if you're in the
times, but-
woods or something at a big old camp out or
Absolutely.
festival, just totally unplug and be able to perform your stuff. So
Well, we used to do duo shows, and we would break them down, and it
for
always just
sure,
sounds so fresh and different.
it's
Right,
nice. But
right.
this whole like full band thing, that's another animal. And we're gonna tackle that this year. So be on the lookout.
It's gonna be so cool.
So where can we find all these dates at?
We'll be releasing them here on.
I'll get that done in the next couple days.
So the Instagram is Rubix Groove Music, and you can also look on Facebook.com/Rubix Groove Music. Same deal.
Rubik's with an X.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
important
that's
important
very
distinction.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry for all everyone
Yeah.
that didn't make it this far in the podcast.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sure
okay.
they did. We've been very interesting today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're
we're not.
interesting people.
Yeah. We are not the '80s cover band from Nashville. That is Rubix with a K
It's not
groove.
Ah.
We're the X.
With an
Oh, people tagged us in this.
I said that.
Oh, sweet. Is that a gift for us?
do you want a crop top?
Yeah, I think so.
You got the.
I've been
ass.
trying to. Well, yeah, we
That is a
just
cool
thought,
t-shirt. I like the
show
color
our
of the
new
design.
merch.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this is, unisex, but typically women buy it.
I think that's a women's.
I mean, you got some people whose
2022.
torsos are small.
Yeah.
You're looking like a compass. You know what I mean? Some of these dudes out here, they ain't got no torso, so.
I ain't got no torso.
Our OG woman shirt.
That's a nice one.
That's cool.
And our own man Jason here prints them all. So
right.
Yeah, if you guys need any merch, let me know.
I
do.
do.
merch
Give up for your
everywhere.
man
Yeah.
merch
I need
needs.
that blue shirt
Yeah.
for
Oh.
Rihanna, man. She
The woman one?
the blue.
The lady.
Look at the little
We also
lady.
have the tie-dye.
All right, we're running out of time here,
Tie-dye
so
too.
we would love to ask you a few more quick questions.
Yeah.
First, I'd
With the
like
lightning round?
Let's rapid
Lightning.
Yeah,
rapid
yeah.
fire.
Lightning
No,
round.
lightning
I
round
like
was
fast.
a
Lightning
little
round's over?
well, lightning round was a little understood last time. Let's go. This is rapid fire.
Oh.
Bam.
Let's go.
All right, like a concert that changed your life.
The Roots Bonnaroo.
Nice.
It's the first time I saw the Flaming Lips.
Nice.
Nice. Man, I gotta say, Fish at Blossom 2019.
Oh, I was there. Hell yeah, that was a good
Birds
one.
of a Feather
Yeah.
was nuts.
Well, they didn't talk to the audience once. I don't.
No, they
think, man.
didn't.
That was
No, they
so
did
cool.
They were just playing tunes
All
that
right.
night.
Favorite piece of gear you own? Start with Jason.
I just got a new drum set that I'm absolutely in love with. It's a Yamaha Stage Custom birch shells with an 18-inch kick. It's a little smaller, so it's a little more
Someone wants to be a pro.
mobile.
Because
You know?
you need to make room on stage for
Yeah.
an 8-piece band.
We got 8 people. I need a small kit. I can't go Terry Bozzio with it, no
Oh.
matter how bad I want to. So, yeah, I gotta say it's that kit for sure.
Nice.
Your mic?
I really like my cup holder that goes around.
You love
I fucking love that thing.
that cup holder. For me, I got a wah pedal on my pedal board that belongs to my late friend Marky. I have not taken it off my pedal board since he's passed away. It doesn't even function right. It sticks. It's fucked up, but guess what? It's staying on there. As long as it fucking works.
Is
It
the
ain't
only-
coming off
is
that
it the
board
only
because
wah
I love
pedal?
that fucking guy. And if it weren't for him, I might not be here today.
Shout
So,
out Rochambeau.
Yeah, shout out to Rochambeau. Shout out to Bittersweet Revenge, the band he started, and the Fallen Martyrs, our band back in the day that got our start out at Peabody's because that's where I came up initially. So,
Oh man, yeah. Same here.
I told you I was a metal cat.
Yeah.
Battle of
I
the
was a metal
Bands,
cat. Same
selling-
here, man.
Selling tickets for guerrilla music.
Yeah.
That scam.
Yeah.
Johnny Vegas, you made that dude rich.
There.
Back in 2000, man.
We all got caught.
Cool. And then all bands. What's your goal as a band, and also where do you see yourself going, like 5 years?
I think right now our biggest goal is to kind of break out of Cleveland and really get into the festival circuit, really start making our way around the Midwest.
Dreamfest, a great place to start.
Yeah, right. That's our first festival that we're really looking forward to, and I don't know. I think our goal is really just to just. It sounds cliche and stupid, but just touch and interact and engage with people and just play as much music as we can and spread the groove and have fun doing it.
That's the point of art, from my viewpoint too.
Right. You're not really in an 8-piece band for the money. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
Split up that
I mean,
$300.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Hey, I can drive home. Cool.
Everyone's always so happy at our shows. Like, we get to see,
Yeah.
from our perspective, everyone just having such a good time. So to have bigger crowds of that,
Right.
to
Just
see more
just
people
doing that for
having
more
fun,
people.
it's
Absolutely.
definitely part of the goal.
Actually, it's true. And kind of just to make the audience engage
Yeah.
and get better at just like making them a part of what we do every show. And I kind of got sick of doing the whole like get closer to the stage thing. And I wrote a song about it so that I don't have to say it no more. It's just a song about how you better be dancing right now or else you're fucking up.
Jimmy, we'll
So-
trade you some sounds if you get down on the ground.
So it ain't all that bad anymore. It's true.
I love that you know like all of our lyrics.
Yeah, man.
I didn't
The
until we
drummers pay
started
attention
recording.
to
I know. Oh my god.
Yeah, we barter with sound. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
I turned it into a whole merchant system where we have music, and we'll trade you that, and then you dance.
Yeah.
And you give us a dance
It's a
in exchange for
symbiotic
the music
relationship.
that we give you.
Yeah.
Everyone
We're just
wins.
flipping the script and turned it into a whole new little barter system.
Cool. Misunderstood what you said at first in that sense, but then I got it. But that made me think, hey, bands, if you can, tip your sound guys.
Yeah.
Tip your sounds,
most
man.
definitely.
I've been one
Especially if they do a
myself.
great job.
I actually got my whole come up being a sound guy for bands like Tree Speak, bands like Outlet, like Kent events, all types of stuff like that. When Kent's music scene was really on the
Damn,
come
do
up.
I miss Tree Speak?
I know Tree Speak was the shit.
Yeah,
Shout out to
that
them.
got me into that
I really
scene.
miss about. I just started playing.
Eli
Kent.
Bolick,
Pre-
Dave Bain, Doug Gallo, Andy
Andy
Russo.
Russo, yeah, man.
A lot of
Like,
good cats in that
yeah.
band, man.
It was that, and then Vibe and Direct after that. That's what
Yeah.
got me.
Me and Blake were just dudes. When
Just
Tree
homies.
Speak, we were just at
Two
one
dudes
point.
at a show.
Me and Blake at one point were just a couple of bros at shows back when Tree Speak was a thing, and now
Oh, it
we're
was the
here like
Tropidelic guys that introduced me to them, though.
Tropidog's
Oh,
good
nice,
people
nice,
too,
nice.
man.
Those are my dudes.
Tropidog's good people
I went
too.
to high
run
school
into
with
James
Rax.
a lot.
That's my boy.
He knows
Oh,
Rax.
cool.
Shout out.
Uh,
They record where we practice a lot.
Is it
So
still
we'll
RCR?
cross shoulders. It's called Level 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Same thing though, basically.
Yeah,
but that's also
back
where
in my Kent
Signal
days,
Flow is.
Matt Rhodes booked my first show, my college band, back in like 2009 or 8.
Right.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good dudes. And
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
man. They really set the standard, and they almost are like the template for us little like bands on the come up to like study and be like, I'm gonna take a page out of their book. You're doing some good work.
Matt's
Like,
put in a
you
lot of
really
even if
years.
you're far away,
man.
if you're
Right.
far away from that genre, you can't help but get influenced by their work
Not at
ethic,
all.
too.
No,
They're
absolutely.
so good.
Cool.
Those
Shout out
dudes grind.
Tropidelic. Let's
Most
get that
def.
shit.
Most
Cool.
def.
Last question we always ask our guests. We get 3 answers today.
Can you give us a recommendation for a movie, a TV show, or a YouTube channel?
That's a good question.
All right. Well, you think about it. Let's start with Jim.
Well, thought about it on the way here after Shannon reviewed your previous episodes and found out that that's the question that get asked.
Oh, finally. It's
Throw
been-
me under the bus.
And I thought, okay.
Yeah, we did our research. That's all.
I guess
That's all.
it was-
I thought the Tom Green show for me was the move because Tom Green was Eric Andre before Eric Andre. He was the unfiltered cat on TV in the 90s.
Dad, why aren't you driving the slutmobile?
Why aren't you driving the Slutmobile, Dad? And Undercutter's Pizza, and like you said, every little thing Tom Green did, he didn't give a shit about. And I think sometimes you just gotta fucking mix up life and remember to fucking laugh.
Yeah. Have
And
fucking
Tom
fun.
Green will always remind you to not give too many fucks and to just laugh.
You
it off.
can't give a fuck and write the Bum Bum song at the same time.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
So,
what if he was
yeah.
really serious about it?
And as far as
Yeah.
YouTube channels, Pat Finnerty, because that dude is fucking incredible.
Man.
And how he breaks everything down. So Pat Finnerty.
You guys would
and I
really
stole
like him.
Jason's on that probably.
Alright,
So.
cool.
No. That's I second
Oh,
don't know
that.
that, so that's gonna be new for me.
Tom Green, also one of the
You'll
first
like that.
podcasters. He started showing
Yeah.
how to
Yeah,
play band
man.
show out of his house.
After he did a
man.
surgery on his fucking whatever, he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get surgery done and have it filmed. No big deal." Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pre-jackass.
yep.
Yeah.
I hate this question because I never know how to answer it.
Yeah, you've had time to think. Though.
Yeah.
Instead of doing your favorite, do something you like. That's what
Yeah.
I always do. It's terrifying.
I typically don't watch a lot of TV, but something embarrassing. I got sucked into it
Bless you.
because
Bless us.
everyone tells me that I look like Fiona. So
Oh.
I started watching Shameless, and now I'm sucked in, and I'm all the way on the last fucking
Oh,
season.
don't even start with that.
And I don't like shows like that. It's dramatic and intense, but here I am. So I don't recommend it. That's what
Unless you
I
got time
watch
to
it.
burn.
Oh yeah.
Don't do it.
If you need some part of your life sucked away.
Right.
Well, I work at home. I make jewelry at home, so that's.
You at least got a good,
I do that.
a good album to recommend as consolation.
Yeah, we didn't really get into your
It's a good
music
record.
influence besides the Spice Girls.
Betty
It's really just that.
It's just them. They're my heroes.
Kind of what brought us together as a band. When me and Jimmy first met, we talked all about Frank Zappa
Yep.
the first night we met, and
true.
then Betty Davis.
It was like
So it's
Frank
kinda
Zappa,
like-
Betty Davis, RJG2. It's
Yeah.
like, oh wait, you know what all three of that shit is?
Love them all.
Okay, we're on to something then.
Well,
That's
talk
three
about
totally
a fucking
different things.
triangle.
Yeah,
Right. Here, and over there. Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
remember seeing RJD2's 20-year
Oh, you know about
show
him
at
too?
the Grog Shop, man. Like,
Oh,
that was
hell
the
yeah.
first like electronic
I was
music
there.
I ever listened to.
Show, man.
He's
He'll
actually
be in
gonna,
Columbus in August.
He's
Oh,
gonna be at
gotcha.
that
He's
other
still
world.
doing it?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm
venue.
talking
I just
about.
I wanted to tell you about that.
Oh, we're going.
That place is
I'm
I'm
already
a
going.
big Star Wars
Yeah.
fan, so that name caught me, and so
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm like, well, whatever he's playing, I'm gonna love.
it's gotta be good.
And then
Oh,
like
he's
I
so
actually did love it.
I'm probably gonna try on the band field trip because RJG2
Yeah.
is something you must experience.
And that place is so cool. So to see
What is it?
the other world, it's like a big art
there.
installation
Oh,
warehouse.
yeah. It's like
So
psychedelic
yeah,
as hell.
When is that?
yeah.
That's August. I want to say the week before we're at Erie, so 6th,
The big
7th, August 7th. He's at
Nice.
Other World,
Road trips
Columbus.
to Columbus. All right.
That's the night
I'll get a school bus. All right.
Let's go.
And for
There we go.
you on television or movie or YouTube.
Oh, so I'm not like a huge superhero guy. Kind of like, not a hater, just not like all that into Marvel or anything like that. But I've been watching The Boys on Amazon, and it's like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones with evil superheroes. It's actually pretty
The Boys.
freaking good.
That's on Prime.
Yeah,
It's their
Yeah.
their own show. Is it?
yeah. The new season comes out
It
tomorrow.
looks dark. It looks
It's dark as hell,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's why I reference Thrones, because it's like
Yeah.
it's really good like interpersonal relation writing,
Nice.
kind of like what exists in that show, but never really saw like bad superheroes, and it's really just a social critique on celebrity culture. So it's a good
I feel
watch.
that. That goes right hand in hand with like Frank Zappa and all that
Yeah,
we've been talking about.
we rounded it all the way, baby.
If you need a good laugh, I just watched the Pentaveret. It's Mike Myers 2022 project.
Oh, no way.
Uh,
I didn't know
What's
he's
it
still
on?
doing
Yeah,
stuff.
it's on Netflix. Yeah, and he plays like 6 characters, like he
Oh,
likes
yeah,
to do. It's
yeah.
about like
I love that.
5 guys that run a secret society, Illuminati-esque, but they're nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
But
It's
very
only it's
nice.
just a 6-episode miniseries, and it's hilarious.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah, just watched the whole thing last night with Rihanna. It was beautiful.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
Right on.
all right, Rubik's Groove. Thank you so much for finally
Thank you.
getting in touch
Wait,
with.
I got a timeout.
Yeah.
You asked them to bring a box of wine.
Oh, we
Are you
did.
going to reference this box of wine?
Ah.
Oh yeah. Hey, where can we hear your music?
Spotify.
We've been talking.
We got a
about
live
that.
version from the Foundation Room of our song Box of Wine on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like you were saying earlier, like you felt like we were a band that you needed to experience live. Like I think we're going to record our next EP live because since we recorded our EP in the studio, I've thought, oh man, we're so much better live than what we are in the studio, dude. Like
For
you
sure.
can't even do full justice to us in the studio because of the energy we feed off of each other.
And
I think
we
you
look
feel
at
that
each
just
other.
from listening to your music. You can feel that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got it.
It's like I'm holding like grapes
see
in
it
front
happen.
of her. That's how much we feed off each other live. I'm like, dude,
We
you're
can do
holding
that. I
grapes in
fucking
front of you, and you're holding a carrot in front of me.
You literally feed off
So,
each
like-
other.
We're cannibals.
That's how it is, and I'm a rabbit.
You know each other.
So yeah, you need to
Perfect.
experience us live. I
Yeah.
hate to say it, it seems very shameless and like,
Yeah.
hey, you better go see us.
Right.
But no, we're a band that like really needs to experience live to fully
Right,
like
definitely.
justify that. And you know, the guest appearances and all that stuff I said earlier, like it goes hand in hand with that. Like we just like making something memorable for the people in the audience to take away from it, and we like to make sure everybody is engaged with the performance. And
Right.
that's what it comes down to at the end of the day is like to just use that to utilize our power of manipulating our instruments to make people move around.
Amen.
That's
It
all
really
it
is that
like, that's
simple,
literally
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just
That's all
making
we- that's all
tunes
we're
to move your
doing.
body
Yeah.
to the powers right there.
Manipulating sound waves.
Some bands in the city
Decorating
really know how to
time.
do it
Yes.
well, and I gotta give a shout out to like Space Trail and Acid Cats out of Akron, and a lot of
Nice
bands
stuff.
in town that like know how to do that well. That I've studied, and like I said earlier, you know, paying homage to all the bands that have come before you, and you've studied, and you're just a student of.
Yeah.
A lot of local bands fall into that category, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like a
Give
lot of
us some more
groups.
Cleveland shout-outs before we wrap up.
Yeah.
I
How about
heard,
to the
I
rest
heard
of our
Oregon.
band?
I heard
Oh.
some bands, man.
The rest of your band? Yeah.
We love you.
For starters.
everybody in our band, like, what? You got Aaron Roman, you got John Griffin, you got John Cox, you got Steve Smith, you got Blake Pequeno, you got, who else we got?
That's how you say it.
I think that's everyone.
All
Yeah, it's French.
right.
Don't pronounce that
Wait.
final consonant.
That's
First
the whole
name.
band.
Yeah, right. Blake is much easier.
Third Jim, you're up.
Right. Oh, a quick shout out we could give would be to Buzz Baldwin because they practice next to us and they're who let us use the room when we were doing the COVID stuff. So
We love Buzz
Yeah.
Baldwin.
they're great guys.
Kind.
Have
We
you
always
seen another
face
band
them.
called Fuzz Aldrin?
Yes.
Are they related in
No.
any point?
No,
any
but
way
we
at
are
all?
related to them.
Okay.
Yeah, we love both groups.
Yeah.
What's Fuzz Aldrin?
So Fuzz Aldrin's kind of more like indie alt rock, like I would say. I'm not like I wouldn't be the best at describing their sound, but then Buzz Baldwin's more on the metal, kind of hard rock,
They're
punk
like
rock,
progressive metal.
Yeah.
There's no way to really fully describe them.
Was that an accident of how similar their band names are? Or did they
Yeah, I
It's
think they
totally
were
an
they were
accident.
conceived around the same
I think
time.
one man's out of Youngstown
Yeah.
and one's out of Cleveland. So
Neil
Oh, that is
Armstrong
right. That
pissed.
is right. Yeah,
yeah, the astronauts. This is fuck.
yeah right. He's not getting royalties on either,
No, he don't
so
give a
he's
fuck.
pissed.
He don't get shit about it. But no, shout out to Buzz Baldwin for being there for us when we needed them. And actually, Fuzz Aldrin will be playing with their lead singer, Hayden, and his lady, Lexi Kays, on a show for her album release party at the Rialto Theater, like we talked about earlier. That's July 2nd.
Yeah.
What's their
Nice.
name?
What's that?
The Lexi case.
Lexi Kays.
All right.
That's like really old school too. like a really old sound. We're
Yeah.
talking like
Good.
1950s through
Oh,
like
I
that
love it.
1960s,
Love it.
like
We just had that- we
woman-fronted
just
type
had a
of
really
stuff, like
Awesome
deep,
guest on
deep
Jack
stuff.
McLaughlin's his name. He's this like 20-year-old kid who's playing 50s, 60s rock.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Moundy
just talked
type
to him
stuff.
like, a
Oh,
couple weeks
fun.
ago.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Check out episode 30 of Cuyahoga Sound Podcast.
Okay. I'm trying to eat the mushrooms off your hat. And while I do that, I'm gonna listen to that.
All right.
And I love John McLaughlin too. Shout out to Mahavishnu Orchestra. But
All right, let's before we wrap up, let's
Yes.
give one more shout out to Danny Shipley here.
what up, Danny?
Welcome, Danny.
Thank you for having me.
Danny's
been
taking over for Chuck in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
As my co-host, the Cuyahoga Sound will continue.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Cool, but we can always give love to Chuck Schilling for giving the motivation to get this started.
I'll be giving love back.
Yeah.
Cool.
All the way from Italy, baby.
Cool. We'll have one more episode with Chuck next week, and then it's going to be me and Danny.
Danny
Right
time.
on. What's your final episode?
Our final episode is with Mark Kowalski.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out, Mark.
Chrono Sunder.
Chrono
Gigantor Smith as well.
Yeah.
It's up, big ass Smith. I'm telling you, you
Yeah.
thought you saw some big Smiths.
It's not a
This
miniature.
is gigantic.
This is a big ass
Yeah,
Smith.
right.
Gets in the way
So-
when you're waiting in line.
Oh man. Well, we're super grateful you guys had us on. Thanks for. I'm
Thank
glad we
you.
could
You guys
finally
are
make
very
it work.
entertaining and
Yeah,
very,
you guys want
very
wine?
exciting.
Come on. We got so much wine left. Where the
You
fuck are
guys
the
left
cups?
the bag.
We got 6 unopened beers.
I got like 84 empty wines and 6 unopened beers. Everything. Come on, help out. Help out.
Cool. All right, be sure to check out Rubik's Groove this summer in a venue near you. And for Cuyahoga Sound Podcast, I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Danny Shipley.
Peace.